started. The topic is old generation versus new generations. Difference between old generation and new generation. So first, I would like to invite Mr. Bob to talk about this wonderful topic.
Thank you, Rafu, again. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Well, talking about the first generation first, there are many differences between.
Mr. Bob, Mr. Mir Haider, is there any network issue for Bob's? I heard his voice just like breaking. Did you feel that?
Yeah, sir, I
Mr.
feel that.
Okay, so Bob, will you please speak after some time? Just check your network because it's breaking. It's not clear what you're speaking. So I'm going to give the chance to, now I invite Miss Isra for the talk.
Okay, so the first thing comes to my mind about the difference between the old generation and the new generation is the idea of the way they rise up their children and the way the new generation rise up their children. So we find big difference. Like in the past, they used to use the flogging technique or beating their children, like if they did something wrong, without even talk to them, saying that this is wrong or all those stuff. But nowadays, like if your child did something wrong, you will just sit and talk with him about this is not good, don't do this again, and all those stuff, like by negotiation with them, not flogging and beating them. So in the way of rising up the children, I find the new generation is better than the old generation, and we can't just say that the old generation technique is wrong, but like nowadays it's just better than before. And I think we found pros and cons in every generation, so we can't just like judge all of them. So this is just what I get.
Very good. After 1 minute, the meeting link will be disconnecting. So don't forget to join again by clicking the same link. Okay. So Isra spoken about the difference between old generation versus new generation. The main difference is about bringing up the way their parents bring up their children. So I think, in my view, the modern world, or in this generation, children have much more freedom and they are doing everything as per their own desire or wish. So they have much more freedom than the old generation they get. Now, let's listen to another person. Shraddha Kamanda, why did you raise your hand for speaking about the topic?
Hello?
Yes.
Hello? Are you hear me?
Yes, you can start.
Okay, good. Well, I'm really appreciate a lot of to give me this kind of big opportunity to share my point of view.
Dear members, please wait. We will start immediately. Let's wait the other members. Keep your mic off. Professor. Hello, Professor. A name written like Professor. Sukhdev, can you please turn off your mic? Hello, everyone. Please wait. Our topic is old generation versus new generation. This is a really interesting And if you talk something here, it will be really informative. So we all joined here to learn something, to speak something. Never ever be shy, or, you know, don't worry about your English level. We all are different. Like we have 5 hands, 5 fingers, totally different. So I speak in a way, but Sophia will speak in another way. Sophia can never speak like me. I can never speak like Sophia does. So people are totally different. Their mouth, their tongue, their voice, their skills are entirely different. So we can imitate someone, but it has limitation. And you can copy someone, but it has limitation. You can speak like other people do, but it has limitation. What you do, you have to practice that in your own way. It means you can join
Hello,
different
guys.
spoken, you can join in Zoom classes, and you can practice speaking English. So the real way to practice English is listen and speak. There is no other way to learn any language. So we are going to start our lesson, our topic. So please listen, just open your camera. Mr. Ali, Rohimullah, Grace, Gomez, and Hassan Mohammed, all the members, please open your camera. And okay, I think Sophia is getting ready to speak about this specific topic, that is old generation versus new generation. Okay, Sophia, you can start.
Yeah, thank you so much for giving me a chance to talk about this topic. I would say this is a great topic. I didn't talk about before, but when I think about old generation and young generation, I think I just image about my family, because in my family we have three three generation. I mean my parents, as well as my sister and me and my brother, my youngest brother. And we have a lot of chains. I mean, chain X, Z, and chain X, Y, and Z. Well, the problem is sometimes we misunderstood from each other. Like when I say something, of course, I'm a middle of my family, so I can understand my youngest brother as well as my parents. But sometimes they misunderstood, so I'm the between. So I need to explain about what is problem and what is the issue from my parents and my youngest brother. I think my parents is the old generation, so they always think about the stable job, like because they experience a lot of difficult situation, so they just want us to have a stable job. But to be honest, nowadays we have lots of job, like stable job in a big organization, or small job like YouTuber or TikToker or something. I mean, when they think, when the younger generation think this is the good job, and they can earn a lot of money from this, they just follow this job and they didn't care too much about the advice from parents. So they have a difference between this. Yeah, I think maybe they always have a problem in our families, as well as between the old generation and young generation. Yeah, just more issues, but they always talk a lot about this. After that, they have a lot of argument from in the family. Yeah, that's all what I want to share.
Okay, so it was really amazing and informative talk from Sophia, Vietnam. She told us that the main difference between old generation versus new generation is the difference is mainly opportunities. In ancient period, people get less opportunity to work, to do anything. They earn less. But in modern generation, they work different. They have different professions. They have different jobs. They have many opportunities. They work less and they get more. But in old generation, they work more, but they get less. Thank you, Sophia. Thank you very much. Now, who would like to speak? Yes, Michelle.
Okay, thank you. Hi everyone, I'm Michelle from Indonesia. So our topic is the difference between old generation with new generation. So in my opinion, the difference is technology. The old generation, most of old generation don't know how to use technology with very well or very good with new generation. For example, how to use social media. Old generation don't know more than new generation. They have difficulties when use social media, and don't they don't know how to use social media with very good. And yeah, not only technology. I think the different culture with old generation and new generation. It's different when old generation have their own culture and new generation have their own culture too. Thank you.
Wow, it was a really wonderful talk by Michelle from Indonesia. She said she stressed on the inability of old people to access social media or any kind of modern gadgets. So, if you give your mobile phone to your grandma or grandpa, they may not be able to access it. They may not be able to call other member, or they may not be sent a message from their phone to another person. So you are indeed correct, because they are not aware about social media. The new applications, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. So they are totally unaware about these kinds of social media. Anyway, thank you so much, Michelle from Indonesia. Now Vicky Singh is raising his hand. After that, Khalil Rahman, then Muhammad Bilal. Please wait. Now Vicky.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Now I'm talking about the important topic of new generation and old generation. So, sir, new generation is I think totally depends on technology. Are using a lot of technology, and a lot of um, things are available in this new generation. When I am talking about myself, I was in age of 10 years, so I have no idea about mobile phones and laptop. But nowadays, in anyone is age of 10 years, then everyone is using mobile phones and Facebook, uh, lots of social media activities, and find the YouTube and each and everything. And now I am talking about my father's. My father's is not using social media, and not about mobile phones, in technical Android mobile phones. He is not aware from technology. But I I am talking about me. I I am I am understand how can use technology. This is the things difference between old generation and new generation. I am totally got it point of my home. That's why. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And one more point I would like to add, Mr. Vicky Singh. That is, just listen me, everybody. You know, old people, they can't agree with someone or something. They can't totally cope up with any situation, maybe troubled situation or problematic situation. At that time, they get angry, or they have more emotions, so they can't adjust with people, maybe especially with children. If children just do any mischievous activity, they get angry. They don't allow children to do something, and they always tie the children's hand on a rope or on a pillar, just like children don't have freedom in their house. But not for all the people, specifically, generally, there are many old people. They are doing their works very fantastically, and they are mingling with people, and they are bringing their grandchildren very well, and they are talking, and they are adjusting, they are playing with children. So some of them are not able to cope up with the different situations as we do. Thank you, Mr. Khalilur Rahman.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for opportunity. I think the difference between old generation and new generation is the mostly opportunity level. Old generation don't get technical opportunity. That's why they were manual. But we get opportunity, and we are now software based or technical based. But I think old generation was very hardworking. Their health level and their mindset up was very hard, and their health was very good. But now we are dependent on mobile phone or laptop, and any other software. For that, we are unable to work like our old generation. We want walking by our foot, but our old generation walking by foot mile to mile. Uh, but we get opportunity for the technical level, and it's for advance our. And I think old generation and new generation is different only for opportunity level, and it's if they get opportunity from them, they would uh, as like our. Uh, thank you, sir.
Very good point given by Mr. Khalilur Rahman. The health condition of old generation people, they live in ancient period, or they are really hardworking people. They are industrious. They do cultivational works, and they work in farm, they work in field. So their mental and physical uh, status or condition is really very powerful, and they have strong mental ability, and they will calculate everything within minutes. If we take calculator and the mobile phone, we calculate the bill or something, but they calculate in their brain, and they give the answer spontaneously. So the hard working, and the mental ability for older generation is greatly appreciated. And when they walk 1 mile, we can't walk that much faster or easier. If we want to walk 1 kilometer, we will take our bike, or we will just hire an auto or any vehicle. But old generation, they are able to walk for long distance. Thank you, Mr. Khalilul Rahman. Now, many people are raising their hands. I'm really totally confusing. Mr. Bob.
Yeah, here again. Sorry, of course, for network issues that was happening to me. So, talking about the new generation and the old generations, the difference is really technology. It's really clear. The old generations, they really does not have that much technology as we do in our generation, our new generations. And that was like when they went into like meeting someone, they meeting face to face. So we cannot do the same in our century. The difference between us is really big. The reason that they was using a camel, like of course to ride it. I mean, yeah, to ride it on to rush them. Like if they like using horse and using these things, but now we're using cars and we're using planes and we're using all these things. So it is big difference. So another thing, the difference about technology, it's make us like kind of connecting and being like one nation, to connecting between, of course, different countries. So like what we do now here on Zoom meeting from different people from different countries, we can talk. You can stay at home and you can call if you want something. We rush it. So the difference for me that I find it from between the first generation and the new generation is technology that we have now. So the old generation, they wasn't have that much technology to use in them century. They have some tool that was used before. So it is not like what we do. So we're the best. Thank you.
Good for you, Mr. Bob. It was really an informative talk. Anyway, the great difference between old generation versus this new generation is, something is flashing in my mind. That is, when you ask a person the way to railway station or airport or restaurant or any place, new generation will say, go, like they will show you their hands or they will show gestures. They don't speak anything, go straight, or they will just use their hand sign. But old generation, if you ask the way to railway station or any place, they will just ask you different questions. Where are you going to? Exactly where is your destination? And why you came this place? They will ask many questions and they will have curiosity to make you reach at the proper destination. But new generation, they will just quickly say, go straight and left. Their duty is over. But old generation, they have more responsibilities and they have more, they are so respectful. I think so. Now, Siton is raising his hand. So Siton, you can speak. Everyone will get chance, don't worry. I request all the members to open your camera.
Hi all, yes. This is Seton from Benin in West Africa. So old generation versus the new generation, we, in my case, in our country, so there are some school which is so far from our house, and our parents have to pick us to this school which is so far. And on this generation, we have a lot of school which is our neighbor. So we bring our son with car, with bus, and we also take care for them. And we have also give some teacher to help them in study. We have a cook, we have a housekeeper to help them in their homework. But in the older generation, they have to do themselves all of these tasks. So old generation, there are several games, which is a very real social, because if you want to play with your neighbor, you have to know his parent, you have to know his relative, and to exchange, and to go in his house and to exchange with him and their parents, not as then on social media and what we see. Thank you very much.
All right, Mr. Siton. Now let's listen to Mir Haider. Once again, I remind you the topic is old generation versus new generation. You can just say the difference between these two generations. Mr. Mir, you can start.
Yeah, sir. First of all, thank you for electing me for this topic. And I am going to tell you about new generation and old generation. Yeah, you know, we live in an era of technology and science, and new technologies are coming up and day by day, which are making comfortable. And sir, I heard from mother, from mother, uh, when they were old, they said we daytime everything was pure, like oil, milk, and flour, everything, and they were they were everyone was respectable. He talked when he get free. He talked with each other at night, and he helped each other. And now we see that everyone in a angry in mood, and he are and now the bus.
Thank you, Mr. Mir Haider. I can easily understand you that you were describing about the difference using, the mental strength of these two generations. So in the old generation, they have strong patience, they have respectful mentality, and they have strong understanding power, and they have strong feelings. But when you talk to in new generation, people don't have time to talk. Even they don't talk with people in their house itself. They are completely talking to people of living far away on Facebook or Instagram. So you are totally correct, Mr. Haider. Thank you so much. Now let's listen to Mr. Who would like to speak? Abdul Muhammad Bilal. Yes. Speak faster. We have only 5 minutes. Click on the mic and speak.
Hello, my name is Abdul Muhammad. I wanted to participate the debate. In my part, I wanted to talk about the difference between old generation and the new generation. In my part, I wanted to talk about old generation is better than new generation. Old generation is better than new generation because of if there is uh,
So in his opinion, old generation is better than new generation, but he didn't explain. Anyway, Bahadur, you are raising your hand, but your camera is off. How can I give you opportunity? So next, Mary Tran or Saida or Jodila, who would like to speak? Click on the mic and speak. Yes.
Can I speak?
Yes.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, sir, giving the chance. Old generation topic is the old generation or the new generation. It's a very fantastic topic. Sir, a difference between old generation and new generation really is the technology, because the old generation does not have the much technology. The life of present generation is far away different compared with the old generation. Things have changed significantly. The way things used to work in the past are not same as now, because the new system at doing things totally change. I give you example as to my son, because Old generation are not use technology. They don't know about this. Suppose my son grandma want to talk to him, but he irritating. He doesn't want to talk to her. He say, I will come, grandma, I will come and talk to you. But I don't know why he want to don't talk to for a long time. He sit with for a few minutes, and after that he will go far away. So the old generation was very wonderful, because that movement was is the very hard and strong people, but they have no any disease and no any problems. They eat pure diets and pure life they spend. Because and now when technology is progress, but they are create with lots of
Due to time limit, moving on to the next person, Bahadur Khan. Anyway, Saida, it was really stunning talk from you. So the difference between old and new, you have said here, the main difference is technology that you have stressed here, and the understanding and many more. Anyway, you know, for old generation, they work in their free time, but new generation, they are just, you know, sitting free and just using their mobile phone or any other modern gadgets. So older generation, they are really working hard, and their lifestyle, you have stressed about their lifestyle. Thank you, Bahadur. We have less time, so it will be disconnecting. Our meeting will be ending soon. Bahadur, click on the mic and speak faster.
So fine, by the mercy of Almighty Allah. According to my point of view, old generation has lack of the technology, so they were living as a simplest from simplest. So nowadays, new generation is getting opportunity from the advanced technologies. So due to extra advanced technology, they are improving their knowledge, and they are getting many things from all over the world. But due to advanced technologies, they have facing many diseases, because old generation, they have not advanced technologies. They eat pure things and drink pure things. But nowadays, due to advanced technologies, they are injecting many chemicals, and due to chemicals, their food is becoming, I think, a little poisonous. So due to this advanced technologies, they are chemical. Many of the diseases are arising in our society, in our country, in our province. So according to my point of view, there is not a huge difference between old generation and new generation. But we can say that they were living simplest, and they were living a good life. But nowadays it is a short life for us, because new generation, due to not pure things, which are eating and drinking.
Very good, Mr. Bahadur. You have totally discussed their eating and their diet system. And I obviously say old generation, they like simplicity, simple life. If we purchase, very expensive dress, they purchase very simple dress. If we focus on very colorful dress, they focus on simple. So they always like simplicity. That is a good point that that flashed in my mind. Anyway, Mr. Bahadur, you have given us a great point about this topic. Who is ready to speak now? We have
Thank you very
some
much.
more time. Who would like to speak? Sophia, you already got chance. Now she is aspiring to speak again. No, it's not possible now. There are many people who would like to speak. ZK Noor or Maritan or Saiz Hassan, Jyotila, anybody? We have time. Yes, Saida would like to speak something. Would you like to add something? No. Okay. Anybody? There are many differences between old and new generation. The generation gap, in the case of communication. We speak less, but they speak more. They explain something in detail, but we give everything summarizing, and we give brief information about something. If you ask a question to old generation, they will explain, they will elaborate their talk, but we will speak in one sentence or two sentences. That is the difference.
Yeah.
And
I give you one point. You are telling right, sir. When I asked to my grandma and my mother about past history, they are telling me like this. They are stored like a computer.
Their brain, their storage capacity is more than we have. They are. I can't say that. If you ask something, they will tell a story. They will say the all part of the history. They still have the memorization. They have great memory power. What do you think about that? You can discuss this. You can throw points. This is just like a discussion. Speaking practice is almost over, so now you can throw any
yes,
point.
Sir. Yes, sir. They give us their history of grandma and grandpas and their history also, and they tell us about cultural also. What was the culture in old generation? We don't know 100 years ago what was the culture. We followed now cultures are this and era, but we don't know last 1,000 years back what was the culture. They are telling us about their cultures and their how to they making food. So they are saying we suffering for a long going for long distance, then we make there, I think at that moment, I think no salt. My mother said we dug to hole in the ground, and we put out the light small rocks, and we put in the like a web type instrument we put there, and whole day we put in this the pot. After that, at the evening or at night, she said then melt it in the sun rays, they melt it, and after that like a one small container made of salt. So they make too for as a salt in food. Thank you, sir. She told me like this.
Yes, new generation kids are so stubborn. They are so demanding. And if their grandpa or grandma calls them, come here, they will just move another way. They don't agree, or they don't follow, or they don't obey the elders. So, older generation, they respect children. They loved their children. They followed or even obeyed the instructions given by kids. So I think old generation, they have, they like virtual friends, but old generation, they like direct friends, physical friends. And
I think the old generation just want to become. Hello, can you hear me? Well, to me, we're thinking the old generation always want to become the good model for the children to follow them. And they really want their children become a good person. So after that, they need to do good things or good doing first. And I think because you talk about the old generation and young generation about, for example, show the way to go to the place. The old generation always curious about who you are and where you come from or something like that. Of course, you say about the responsibilities. I think this is a good point. Mm, I would say, in my opinion, because the old generation always have a lot of free time, but the young generation didn't have enough time to talk. So I think they just show the way to go there quickly. But the old generation always want to say something more with the person who want to go there. And they curious. Oh, I think because maybe in the past the old generation experience something like they scare when the stranger go there, they lost and they lost in their way, so they try to explain more about the way, or they explain more about their experience to make sure the stranger can go can get in this place. So because
Yes, yes, you are right. Now, Mary Tran or ZK Noor, Jodila, anybody would like to speak? Because we have only 1 minute. The session will be getting over now. This will be ending soon. So anybody would like to speak? Please click on the mic and speak.
Cesar, with me.
Yes, yes.
Hello, can I talk right now?
Yes, yes.
Oh, as I hear that other people talking about all and new generation, right? For my for the simple example about the new and older generations is about the children when they are playing games. The old generation they are like to play with the toys like a car and another toys like a doll. But nowadays, new generation they like to play with their own mobile like that. They more to play games with the mobile. I guess so.
Very good. Mary Tran, what would you say? Thank you, ZK Noor. Mary Tran, speak faster. We have less time.
That's with me. I think our generations don't have any, and they have a little experience into the technology now, and but